Hi there, my name is Ilse and I'm the owner of the Mosaic House. The Mosaic House is everything related to mosaic. Here we work with glass, stones, so many items that we can put together in creating artworks. The first thing people usually say when they enter the art house is, we're not artists, we're not creative, we don't know how to do it. This is the great part about mosaic. Mosaic turns out beautifully regardless, whether you are 2 years old or 80-something years old, and whether you've got art experience or not, it doesn't matter. Mosaic has also a lot of benefits. I would like to start with the children. The children, it is totally endless. They learn how to be creative. They learn how to calculate. They learn how to make decisions in terms of cameras, in terms of colors. They learn to socialize. And the feel-good factor after they've accomplished a mosaic is amazing and very rewarding. For adults alike, different benefits. First of all, I need to say it is amazing therapy, and it's extremely relaxing. You will come in here and you will feel a little bit agitated in the first 5 to 10 minutes. The minute we get through the first process of talking about design and colors and putting down the tiles, you will start to relax. And it's a process that will take about 10-15 minutes. And then you will start to feel all the tension draining away from you. It is amazing to experience. Everybody is talking about it. I don't really know what is the science behind it, but that's what happens. Therapy-wise, once you've reached the zone where you are totally relaxed, you go into a different zone. You feel like you are starting to think about your life, you think about the issues in your life, and you start to sort them out while doing this. It is quite amazing to see, and everybody is talking, they say they feel so relieved afterwards, after experience of mosaic. So what is mosaic? Mosaic is a compound of lots of items that get put onto bases. We can use different bases. You can have wooden bowls, you can have wooden templates, you can do it on a cheese board, for example. We do it on pottery. The possibilities are endless. We've got these amazing wooden teak bowls, and so basically everything can host mosaic. The tricky part comes in with the glue. You need different glues on different surfaces. So if you work on metal, you need a special metal glue. If you work on wood, you need a special wood glue, and so forth. So today, what we're going to do is we are going to do a Bahrain flag, and we are going to work with the exact colors, which is white and red over here. I'm going to show you the process of the cutting of the tiles. Our tiles that we are using are glass. They're all glass. All our colors, all our tiles is glass tiles. Now you can work with stones like we've done over here. You can work with natural stones like this. You can work with marble, granite, crystals. So these are all the items in the bowl. Well, some of the items that we can use, we call it tesserae. And this is, for example, a pre-cut ceramic tile, Malefiori from Italy, colored stones, another pre-cut tile design. You've got these glass pebbles, just different elements. You can use broken jewelry, you can use sand. The possibilities is endless. Shells from the beach. You walk on the beach, you get some shells, use it in your mosaic. It is amazing how many items you can actually use. So, the cutting method. This is called a two-wheeled nipper. It cuts glass and it's got two blades over here. You do not have to be afraid of the blades. They do not cut flesh, although they cut tiles. Once the tiles are cut, they're sharp, so everybody needs to take care. Safety first. So it's always recommended to wear either goggles, you can wear gloves if you like, but I'm going to show you a trick how to protect yourself, others, as well as your eyes, okay? So I'm putting my hand right at the bottom here by the nippers. You have more control and it is more power in your grip and in your cut. I'm taking the tile and I'm going diagonally from corner to corner. I want to cut a triangle at the moment. Now see what I'm doing with this cutter. I am covering it with my hand. It's totally covered with my hand. When I'm pressing down now, the cut pieces is just going to drop in my hand. So here we go. And we will end up with cut pieces like so. This is quite amazing. You want to do it again? Yeah. All right. So we're going to cut it from corner to corner diagonally, and I want to cut a triangle. So I'm covering it with my hand. The entire cutter is covered. Right at the back here. Don't hold it here because you've got more power towards the back. Cover it and squeeze down. It's going to drop in your hand and you will end up with triangles like so. Now you've got the cutting method. I have another cut that I would like to show you. This is a rectangle. All right, so we're going to do the same process. My hand is right at the back. I'm covering it, the blades, I'm squeezing down, and I will end up with rectangles. So you will use this all over your artwork. Not necessary to cut them. This is what's amazing about these pre-templates that we have created as kits to make at home. Everything is in the kit. You've got your tiles, your grout, your pattern, your tiles, pre-cut. Some of them is pre-cut, some of them is solid. So we specially manufacture these tiles at this size because for the children and to have more detailed artworks. You can see it visible, like for example in the fish over there, and this is a bunny. So it's solid tiles, but because it's so small, it shows a lot of detail. All right, so I am going to start now by applying the glue, and we're going to start with the red part, the bottom part. So this is a white PVA wood glue. It's a carpentry glue. It is very strong and it will last forever once your mosaic is done. You do not want to put a lot of glue on the item. We just have a thin spread of glue and that will be suitable. If you've got too much glue, it just will be squashing through the tiles and that is not pretty at the end of the end result. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep these tiles solid for time being, and I'm going to show you what we're going to do with the cut pieces. So we always start at the edge of the pattern. So we'll continue with the entire edge of the pattern and then we will work inwards. So it's always good to work sections at a time. That's why I only put glue on a small section of the wood. So I'm going to show you just this section. The amazing part of this glue is it does get dry clear. So you will see afterwards, maybe there will be bits coming out, but it will dry clear once it is completely dry. Now we're going to continue our outline for as long as we can. You will have some gaps, which is okay, little gaps over there, because that is what we're going to do, fill it in with the small cut pieces. Okay, now I'm going to cut a smaller piece here. Just get for myself a few ready. And then we're going to fit it into these little gaps to make sure all the areas are completely filled. There we go. That looks good. Now we can continue with our pattern. Now, like I said, you want to spend more time in finishing this product. Cut them all small. The smaller they are, just the longer it will take you, but it will look amazing. The finished results is always very beautiful. Okay, there we go. So you don't have to really worry about the very small gaps, because there's a second stage after this called grouting. Now grouting, once the whole mosaic is dry, we will start the process of grouting. Once you finish your entire mosaic and you're satisfied and you've filled in all the gaps, leave it for 24 hours. It will dry completely overnight and it will be ready the next day for grouting. I'm going to show you now what the finished result looks like. So have a look here. This is what we've done. We have completely cut up the white pieces and we've kept the reds solid. Only the cut pieces in the gaps were needed. All right, this has been lying down now for 24 hours. It is completely dry and the process is now ready for grouting, which I'm going to show you. Right, so what is grouting? Grouting is a powder. It's a cement base and sand powder. So it comes in a powder form and you need to add water to create a consistency of peanut butter. That's usually what I tell the customers, is the easiest to understand. You still want it solid, but you do not want it runny and you don't want it water. Water is not good. A lot of water is not good for your mosaic piece because it creates cracking afterwards. So you will see tiny little minor cracks in your artwork, then you know you have put in too much water. So what I'm going to show you now is, this is our water. I'm going to add tablespoons of water at a time because you do not want too much water on this. So I'm going to put 3 tablespoons of water and I'm going to start mixing it up. And I'm going to add more water and I'm going to mix it. And just keep going until you see you have reached the consistency of peanut butter. So we're almost there. You want to take out all the lumps in the process, and it happens fairly quick, so be careful not to add too much water. Okay, that is perfect. See, it's still solid, but it's completely cleaned. It's completely smoothed out. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put the grout on top of the art piece. Because you're working with a chemical, it is cement mixed with sand. It's always recommended to wear gloves. So we're going to use gloves for this part of the process. Great. I'm going to use a sponge to smooth out and to fill in all those gaps that we have left here. A normal regular sponge will do. Right. So, this is what you want to do. Take your time in this process. You just want to make sure that you fill all the gaps with this grout. Anything extra, just Put it back in the bowl. You cannot keep grout, unfortunately. Once you've mixed it, it's gonna becomes totally solid like cement, and you're gonna have to throw it away. So if you're using a bowl that you are continuously using, best to discard of your excess grout in a bin outside, and do never ever flush it into the toilet or in the wash basin, because it will block your pipes. All right, so this is the process, and the end result for this section looks like this. I'm going to leave that there, and I'm going to rinse my sponge in a bucket of water. All right. This part is important. I'm squeezing out all the water from my sponge. All right, so make sure you've got a damp sponge and not a wet sponge. Right, now I'm going to clean the surface of the tiles from all the excess grout. You do not want to scoop the grout out of the gaps. You just want to clean the surface. Make sure that that sponge is only damp, not wet. And you will take only about 5 minutes, and you will reach the desired results. There we go. I think this is done. Now what you might notice, you will see that sometimes as the grout cure and dry, it can make bubbles, and also depends on the weather condition and the current temperature of the room. So in Bahrain it dries fairly quickly. This will be dry within 10 minutes. And if it makes a little bubble, then you can just use a little bit of tiny bit of grout and fill that bubble and just clean it again. Okay. So what you will also notice as this is drying, it's going to make a dust over the mosaic tiles. This is fine, it's going to happen, that's part of the process of curing. So what you need to do, once it's dry, and that will take a good half an hour, you can wait for about half an hour to an hour. Once you see that dust forming onto the tiles, you just take a dry cloth, no more wet, just a dry cloth, and you can just polish the mosaic. And that will be good. You can hang it up, you can either put a double-sided tape, or you can get those little tapes with a little triangle, metal triangle, and you can hang it on a wall. Or it can go onto a little stand like this, or it can be on your table as a coaster, as you please. All right, that's mosaic process for you. This all comes in a kit available at the Mosaic House, and you will see in your kit you will have tiles, a wooden base, the grout, a sponge, a little stick to mix, and some instructions. Thank you for watching.